Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And some news that I'm sure many of you have been waiting for. We now know exactly how we are going to get the Repulse. Now, we knew it was going to be part of the Dockyard, but one of the big things that many had reservations about was, well, is it going to be in the last 4 stages of the Dockyard, where you have to fork out the money to get the ship, or is it going to be a little bit earlier in the line? And I'm very happy to report that it is in fact fairly early in the grind, well within the free-to-earn area of the grind for the Dockyard. So we're going to go through this dev blog article. Actually, it's not a dev blog. What is this? A developer bulletin. We have so many bits of information that come out with this game. There's I think 4 separate series of news articles that come out. But we have more details about the next update, 10.11. This will be, I believe, the mid-December update. So I believe the update right before Christmas time. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Really interesting that they've released information about this, but haven't said much about Black Friday yet, which is 1 week from today that this video is going up. Really peculiar there. But anyways, go ahead and dive right on in. Links to the article will be in the description down below. Any relevant images or artwork will be posted up on screen for your viewing pleasure. But if you want to read the article along as I read aloud, again, link will be in the description down below. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. So Dockyard, in update 10.11, you will have the ability to start building new British battleship, the Marlboro, on the Clydebank Dockyard. She is based on a 1947 project with some of the design solutions borrowed from the Vanguard class and King George V class. Her primary feature is a powerful main battery consisting of quad-gun turrets that they really had trouble getting to work, that house 16 356mm 14-inch guns with a high rate of fire for a battleship and a decent range of fire. She has good speed, maneuverability, and concealment, but her armor is not as sturdy as that of her counterparts, and her firing accuracy is low. Event rules. The construction process of the Dockyard comprises 32 phases. These shipbuilding phases can be progressed through by completing Dockyard combat mission groups or by spending 1,500 dubs to pass through each phase. The combat mission groups span 2 updates, 10.11 and 11.0, and the Dockyard itself will remain in your ports until the end of 11.1. In total, you can progress through 27 out of the 32 shipbuilding phases by completing the Dockyard combat mission groups. You receive the Tier 8 Premium British Battleship Dreadnought and the Snow and Stars Permanent Camouflage, a 6 skill point commander, and a port slot as a reward from completing the 6th shipbuilding phase. There's the Dreadnought there in the... And what do they call it? Snow and Stars Permanent Camo. It looks really nice little festive camo there. Dreadnought is a decent premium ship. No AA though. And I mean at tier 3, it's a nice historical ship to have. It's pretty much par for the course for most tier 3 battleships. There's really not a lot of real variation there. 1 or 2 lines are a little bit different, but most of the dreadnoughts down there are just pointing in at ship toward enemy team. Press W, profit. Dreadnought's not much different than that. I do have a full review on Dreadnought if you want to check that out. And here she is. Completing the 18th shipbuilding phase will reward you with the new battleship, the Tier 6 Repulse, and the Snow and Stars Permanent Camouflage, a 6 skill point commander, and a port slot. Now, they don't mention if Repulse will be sold outright either at this moment. I wouldn't really expect them to, because, well, one, you either have to grind out the combat missions or, of course, pay, 1,500 dubs times 18. I'm not a math teacher, but you know who is good at math? The calculator in my phone. So 1,500 times 18 is, 27,000 dubs. Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to do it so I can get the review for not the Marlboro, but the Repulse up for you guys. I would, of course, highly recommend just grinding the ship through for free. The combat Dockyard missions, since the Puerto Rico fiasco, have been actually pretty easy to do, especially by the halfway point through the Dockyard. They don't really start to get difficult until you start to get to the last 2 phases, and even then, any person who spent a decent amount of time playing the game won't really have trouble completing them. Just might take you a bit longer than you might think. But yeah, I can see why they may not want to sell her outright, because it incline some of us with some loose pockets to throw money at the game to get the Repulse. But again, you can get it completely for free. The 18th phase is a little over the halfway point through the Dockyard, so something that's entirely easy to get, especially, again, with many players haven't played the game for quite some time and the way they've changed the missions. But anyway, completing other shipbuilding phases will bring you Santa gifts, Santa's Big Gift, and Santa Mega Gift containers, New Year's Sky expendable camouflages, Days of Warships premium account, coal, steel, research points, and other valuable rewards. That's something too. You will be paying 27,000 dubs to get just the Repulse if you want just the Repulse and you want it like on the first day it comes out. But the way the Dockyard works, you do get more than enough of your money's value out of the Dockyard if you do throw money at it. It's a lot of money, but you honestly get quite a lot of stuff. I believe you're getting steel now for the stages that you... Yeah, it's right down here. You get 250 steel for each completed phase. If you buy through it, then you go back again and just play the directives, which again, I completed the 7 Provinces Dockyard and the prior Dockyard. I, of course, bought the ships to review for you guys, but when I just played the game throughout the course of me playing the game, this is during the school year when I'm working full time, I still completed each Dockyard with plenty of time to spare, especially since they extended the time that the Dockyard's in our ports for. So, it's kind of worth it to go through it, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you just got a ton of disposable income and you're fine with that. But anyway, again, if you complete the 30-second shipbuilding phase, you receive the Marlboro with the war paint camouflage, a commander with 10 skill points, a port slot, and a commemorative flag. I actually like the war camo for the Marlboro this time around. Now, the war camos they give for these Dockyards, they're normally very extravagant and gaudy in some cases, but they look really cool. There's a lot of little detail on them, and the Marlboro's one just looks incredibly clean. I really wouldn't mind having her in that like pristine white camo without all the dressing up, but she looks really clean. I like the way it looks, like the banners going up and down the side of the ship and all that jazz. Alright, like I said, if you do pay through the Dockyard, you will get 250 steel for each completed phase afterwards. On the public test server, you can receive, but you can't play them. Okay, you can't play the Repulse and Marlboro into Battle on the test server. Alright, New Year's celebrations, another event. We have prepared loads of activities to celebrate the new year, the New Year's Eve competition, a festive collection, new commanders, and heaps of other rewards. New Year's Eve. One of the primary features of our New Year's celebration is a temporary event called New Year's Eve. This competition is being organized by 3 snow giants who were brought to life by magic stars. Each giant has its own responsibility in the New Year preparations. Help them contribute to the celebration. New Year's Eve is similar to the Aircraft Bureau's rivaling the Battle of the Beast event with minor interface improvements. Updated the tooltips on the team selection screen and above the mission cards. Added the display of the previous day's winning teams on the event's main screen. So it's just like the Battle of the Beast and the Soviet CV event too, so pretty straightforward here. The rules. The event starts 2 weeks after the release of the update and runs until the end of update 10.11. It is divided into 4 stages, with each stage running for 1 week. Once a week, you can choose one of the 3 teams named after the magic stars, Modus, Sertan, or Myrna. Okay. During the event, you need to complete personal missions that are issued daily to all participants. The missions can be completed throughout the day in random, co-op, and ranked battles. Completing the missions will advance you through the personal and team progress bars and unlock rewards. Each team offers different unique rewards, such as themed commanders, Snow Giant with 6 skill points, and the Omaha, Jaguar, or the Conte de Cavour in the new Snow and Stars permanent camouflage. The first time you earn a unique reward from any team, you also receive the New Year's Eve achievements. Other rewards include a new temporary resource, Sinterklaas tokens, Christmas and New Year's in the Navy collection containers, and New Year's Sky expendable camouflages. Okay, so that's that event. Some interesting looking camos there. Again, what do they call it? The Snow and Stars camo. Very clean looking. I do like it. New Year's Sky camo. Just a little bit of a normal event camo. Nothing too special. Well, not normal event camo. Normal temporary camo. Nothing too special there. The Christmas and New Year in the Navy collection. The festive collection is dedicated to New Year and Christmas traditions in the Navy. It consists of 4 pages with 6 elements on each. The reward for completing each page is 1 day of Warships premium account. The reward for completing the entire collection is a Santa's Big Gift containers. Alright, there's the collection. Collection elements drop from Christmas and New Year in the Navy in the Navy containers. These containers can be obtained by participating in the New Year's Eve event in exchange for Santa Claus tokens, credits, and doubloons in the Armory. And they've updated the container screen there so you can watch in a very nice screen when you get your Makarov. New Year Fleet and Update 10.11 5-themed combat mission groups will be available to you. The reward for the first group is a New Year permanent camouflage for Tier 8 ships. Completing groups 2 through 4 will earn you the Vesser, the Tier 6 German CV, Fubuki, the Tier 6 Japanese DD, and Izmail, the Tier 6 Soviet battleship. This Nose and Stars permanent camouflage, as well as commanders with 6 skill points. The reward for completing the last combat mission group is the Tier 6 Dutch cruiser, the Kijkjoen, K-Money, and the Snow and Stars permanent camouflage for Dutch commander Sinterklaas with 10 skill points. All 5 combat mission groups will become available simultaneously. However, the first combat mission group can only be completed playing Repulse. Oh, I see what you did there, Wargaming. So, you get all 5 combat mission groups, but the first one can only be done doing Repulse. So does that mean like you can do 4 of the 5 without Repulse, but you have to get Repulse to do the other 4? I would like some clarification on that, Wargaming. Snowflakes, you'll be able to continue earning bonus for combat results. The Snowflakes introduced in Update 10.10. Depending on the ship tier, blown off snowflakes will bring you coal, steel, and a temporary new resource, New Year certificates, which can be exchanged in the Armory for any of the 3 types of Santa's Gift containers. The bonus for combat results can be obtained by either scoring the first victory or earning 300 base XP playing a ship. And we've been over this already, but Tier 5 to 7 ships get 750 coal, Tier 8 to 9 get 75 steel, and Tier 10 gets 1 New Year certificate. Alright, and that's already live right now. I've already gotten a fair bit of coal and steel already from the event. London got decorated for New Year's. That looks pretty nice. I like the big nutcrackers. That's nice. German battleships. So, the German battlecruiser line will be going live in Update 10.11. Finally, we can... Well, those of us that didn't throw 32,000 tubs at the event, we'll finally be able to get our hands on Schlieffen. Okay. The submarine tweaks are coming in Update 10.11. Oh, I know they changed it some more. Okay. The torpedo home mechanics have been updated. At the maximum launch distance, they will home in strictly on the impact point of a sonar ping without considering the target lead. As the distance to the target decreases, torpedoes will home in with a gradually increased lead. At a specific distance from the target, torpedoes will home in strictly on the lead point. At the same time, just like before, torpedoes stop homing when they are within a certain distance of their target. This change will allow torpedoes to home in on their target in a more natural way and reduce the frequency of situations where homing torpedoes launch into proximity of islands at ships highly the sonar ping would hit the land. Moreover, it will be somewhat easier for the target itself to dodge homing torpedoes if the sonar ping effect is removed before they hit. Oh, so they're not going to be... Like, if you ping them at maximum range, they're not going to put a lead on it to where, like, if they stopped homing at that point, the ship didn't make any changes, the torpedo would still hit the ship because it let itself basically from the second it got out the tubes. Okay. I think it's a pretty good overall change just from that standpoint, too, and from the whole not hitting the islands, because that is really frustrating if you played Submarine where the target's clearly maybe a kilometer or 2 away from the island, but because he's heading in a direction to where he'll be behind the island, the torpedoes just donk into the island. It makes that part easier for the submarine. It makes that part, the dodging aspect, easier for the target ship too. So overall, I think it's just a better change. Other changes, the hydrophone now becomes available sometime after each battle begins. Unlike main battery torpedo launchers, the time that the hydrophone takes to prepare for battle is longer than its reload time. Added an underwater torpedo reticle. You can enter training battles playing subs on maps that feature the underwater world. Added the indication of additional dive capacity depletion for a detected enemy submarine. That's nice. Added information about, and the reason that last bit's nice is because a lot of people say, well, when I spot submarines, I can't shoot them, but they're right under my ship. It feels like I do nothing. You're really not doing nothing. You're making his dive time deplete much faster. And from playing submarines, let me tell you, there's nothing more painful than watching your 5-minute dive time, because you got spotted by 2 ships for 10 seconds, get burned away into like a 3-minute dive time because of how fast it burns when you get spotted by multiple ships. So that'll give players the feeling of, oh, I'm finally doing something now. I think it'll help with that at least. Added new tips for submarines. When launch sonar pings at a target, the ping will be dispersed in insufficient time for torpedo homing. Ship status that screen is brought up by pressing H now displays the ship's detectability from submarine that is at the operational or periscope depths, as well as when the ship is inside a smoke screen. Add the ability to switch to torpedo launches by pressing 3 for all submarines. Okay, some other minor changes like to the sound and to some general interface changes, but nothing too important to put in a video that's already almost 20 minutes long. Alright guys, so Repulse, we will be able to get her for free. She is a bit further along in the grind than I thought she was going to be. I figured she'd be right dead in the middle around 15, 14-ish. 18 isn't really too much further either. I mean, with a event with 32 sections, it's just a little bit over halfway there. Still can completely get her for free, and I don't think it'll be difficult at all for many of us to get her for free. It's definitely much better than the Puerto Rico event where you had to literally spend your entire Christmas and New Year's holiday playing Mortal Warships. So that's a huge improvement, of course, too. And again, the same the main ship for the Dockyard. It's just a ship that I've been wanting, and I know many of you have been wanting to see in the game for quite some time. Marlboro looks like it's going to be a pretty stupid ship. I mean, 16, 14-inch guns with British BBHE. Oh, and a 25-second reload time. Oh, it's going to be something when the ship comes out. I hope to God it's just like a slightly larger King George V hull with like the exact same armor scheme, so at tier 9 and 10 matches you can just dunk on it as a trade-off for having just such an insane level of firepower. But anyway guys, let me know what you guys think about all this news in the comments down below. We'll be live streaming right here on the channel from 5 p.m. US Central Time to 8 p.m. US Central Time tonight on YouTube and on Twitch, so please come out for that. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And finally, hope to catch you guys in the next one.